Hi, boys and girls and preschool families. It's Teacher Shawn. Today we're going to do a fun experiment called Sink and Float, and we're going to talk a little bit about water. So what you're going to need for this activity is to get your Sink and Float to go bag out, activity bag out, water, a bowl, some towels, paper that says Sink and Float, and you can just use any paper, a Post-it or anything, and a grown-up to help you. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to talk about water. What do you know about water? Well, we use water to wash our hands. We use water to shower. We use water to drink. We use water to cook with. And water is in the ocean. There's water in the lake. And fish and animals swim in the water. Today, we're going to do a sink and float experiment with water. So, we are going to pour some water in a bowl like this. We're going to fill it, not quite all the way to the top, but just enough. There we go. And parents, this is a good idea for you to let your children go to the sink, get a measuring cup or a container of water, fill it up, and carefully walk it over to the bowl and pour it in. We're going to take out our bag and we're going to pull out an item and see if it's going to sink or float. Let's use the feather. What do you think? Is the feather going to sink or float? Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It floated on the top. Why do you think it floated on the top? Because it's light and it stayed on the top. Floating means to stay on the top. I like to float in the swimming pool on my back. So we're going to take it out and put it in the float pile. Let's get out some, these are super tiny, some beads. They're teeny tiny. What do you think they're going to do? Float or sink? Ready? 1, 2, 3. What did it do? It floated to the top. Look at that. So we're going to take them and put them in the float section. I thought they would sink to the bottom, but they surprised me and they floated to the top. We'll do one more. Let's take the spoon. What do you think the spoon's going to do? Sink or float? Let's try. 1, 2, 3. It's sinking down to the bottom. Look at that, because it's heavier. So we're going to put it in the sink section. And sink starts with the letter S, and float starts with what letter? The letter F. That's right. So I thought it'd be fun to go around my house and find some items that would sink and float. So with a grown-up or older brother or sister, you can walk around and find something that floats. And I went in my backyard and I found a rock. So let's see. What do you think? Is it going to float or sink? 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, that went down to the bottom real fast. Because why? It was heavy. So let's put it in the sink pile. And sink starts with what letter? S, sink. I found some coins. I found them just kind of lying around. So what do you think it's going to do? Float or sink? Let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it would sink all the way down to the bottom. Why is that? Because it was heavier than the beads. I really thought those beads would sink to the bottom. So we'll put it here. Okay, let's count and see what we have. How many floated to the top? 1, 2. How many sank? 1, 2, 3. Very good. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's talk about water. What we know about water. Is this water hot or cold? Let's touch it. Was it hot or cold when you touched it? It's cold. Actually, it feels just right. So it is cold. It's not hot. And is the water wet or dry? Oh, look at that. The water is wet. Well, boys and girls and preschool families, thank you for joining me in this sink and float science experiment. Have fun at home. Make it a family event. See how many items you can get to sink or how many items you can get to float. I would love to see some pictures of your sink and float experiment in the comments below. Have a great day. Take care. See you soon. Bye.